Making money with Michelle. Making money with Michelle. Making money with Michelle. Making money with Michelle. Hey YouTube, how y'all doing? I am Michelle Morar. Today I want to talk about the retirement crisis in America. There are 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 daily. Daily they're turning 65. And I was recently watching another YouTube channel, and he was talking about the retirement crisis, and he was telling his personal story, and he said he went to California, happened to be in San Diego, and he was in a grocery store. Now, this man was from a nice part of Alabama. I'll just say that. And he went for a conference in California, and he saw this old man as he was going out of the grocery store, and he looked about the same age as him, and he thought that could have been me. But what this man did not discuss was the fact that, of course, this man was homeless, and he was trying to imagine how he could be homeless. What he does not realize that in California, you are basically in poverty levels if you don't make at least $100,000 a year. And the housing prices are jacked up beyond regular people's ability to purchase. It is very, very difficult to buy a home in California. It's very hard. So, he doesn't understand that aspect of what kind of income do you have to have, because see, in California you have all the people that are at Apple, you have all the people are these major technology firms, you have all the movie stars, and they have a higher income and they elevate the prices. So if you have a limited supply of housing, that causes, and couple that with the fact that the government in California have very strict guidelines to make new houses available, then the price of the home is going to be higher because of the demand. Simple supply and demand. That's one of the reasons why it is so hard to have a regular house in California. But anyhow, the whole point of that is saying this. There is absolutely a retirement crisis in America. And I wanted to go over these 10 facts that came out of a Secure Retirement Institute, these 10 facts. And I want to give you my understanding and at least share with you some of my thoughts. Number 1 in 7 U.S. retirees, that's somebody 65 plus, lives in poverty. And I had to search really hard to find out what the poverty number was. But that number is $12,240. So you know that you're looking at a little over $1,000 a month is what you would have to be living on. Now, that to me makes perfect sense, because when you look at number 6 here, right here, it says Social Security is the primary source of income for retirees, but Social Security Trust Fund is expected to be depleted in 15 years. So the primary source of most of these retirees' income is Social Security, and if they are only living on Social Security, then absolutely it's very feasible for them to only have $12,240 in a year. If you don't have anything else besides Social Security, that's a good probability of what you would have. So you eliminate any high income earners who have a little bit more than that have made higher incomes, and they only have Social Security. They would still be not considered in the poverty level. But there's plenty of people that barely made any money all their life, or they had a health circumstance that caused them to not be able they had to retire early, a forced early retirement. It's different than, wanting and having the ability to retire early. There's a huge difference. But they're stuck with only living on Social Security. That has got to change. You've got to realize that if that is your plan, you will either be forced into that situation by your health, or you will be working the rest of your life. But really, it doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. It has to be a change in your thinking. And you can achieve more than you think you can, but you have to have some very strong, habit-changing life decisions that you have to make. Number 2, 44% of working adults who are not saving for retirement think they can't afford to do it. They are convinced that they can't afford to do it. Well, that right there is your main problem, is you are thinking that you can't afford to do it. You need to come under some major financial restraints and see exactly where you are spending your money and see what can be changed and how those changes, I'm telling you, incremental small changes in your finances can lead to great, great benefits in the future for your retirement. If you would like some of those ideas, feel free to go to my website and ask me. www.michellemorar.com. Number 3, 53% of Americans don't believe their savings and investments will last if they live to 90 years old. Well, if you don't have very much saved and you've got at least 15, 20, 25, 30 years in retirement, then I would say that's 15 years, right? 65 to 90. Or 20 years from 70 to 90. Actually, I guess that's, let me do some calculating. That's 25 years. Excuse me. 25 years. If you've saved $25,000, that's $1,000 a year that you could use if you live to. So I can see why you would think that would be the only way, and you'll go through all your savings. But there are alternatives, and if you want to find out more about some of the alternatives to show you what you could do and how much you can spend to make that money last until you die, go to my website, www.michellemorar.com. Ask me about it. Number 4, 30% have mortgage debt. And that is almost double from 1989. So more and more people are going into retirement with mortgage debt. And that is a major problem in America, that people are not paying off their homes, and then they go into retirement and they still have the mortgage. If you eliminate the mortgage, then you are able to live on much less money, first of all. If you would like some information about that, you need to go to my website, www.michellemorar.com. I also have a couple of videos that you may be interested in, and see how you can quickly pay off your mortgage. Number 5, 80% of older adults have one chronic disease, and 68% have 2 chronic diseases. That is why it is imperative for you to get off your duffs, get out, eat right, get as healthy as you can going into retirement. Because when you do have a chronic disease like that, it will weigh on you, and it will eventually wear you down and make you more susceptible to other diseases. and chronic diseases. But that is exactly why you need to watch how you live now. How you live now will affect how you live later. Okay? We already did number 6, excuse me. Number 7, 44% believe that income from Social Security, pensions, and annuities will be enough to pay basic living expenses in retirement. Well, it's possible. It's very possible that that would be that way, but it happens to depend on how much your pension is and how much your annuity is and how much your Social Security is. You've got to do the hard labor. You've got to do the math, or at least ask somebody to help you so that you can see if you could meet your basic expenses in retirement. Ask and say, hey, if I got this annuity, how much would it pay? And this is how much I put in. How much would I have in retirement that I could depend on? If you want some help, go to my website, www.michellemerar.com, and I can help you. Okay? I can help you. 45% of working baby boomers have less than $100,000 saved for retirement. And 28% have less than $25,000. And I want to share that with you to say, look, 45% of you don't have very much money saved. If you want some ideas, come back to this channel daily. Watch my channel daily. I will give you ideas. The other thing is, if you want to look at it, to look for a plan, what you could be doing, how you could be saving some money, go to my website, www.michellemerar.com. I would love to hear from you. Number 9, 13%, only 13% of Americans say they are very knowledgeable about financial products and investments. And that's one of the reasons why I am even doing this YouTube video, is in hopes that people will come to this and they will begin to learn in bite-sized pieces, videos, that they will begin to become knowledgeable about financial products that are available to help them. And thinking of ideas of what they can do so that they will, because there's 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 daily, and most of them have not prepared adequately. I want the next wave of retirement people in a generation to be prepared. That's why, if you would, please share this video. Share this video and others like it so that we can educate people in America so that they are prepared. Number 10, 7 in 10. Before I forget, if there's only 13% of Americans who feel really knowledgeable about financial products, that means 87% have varying knowledge about this. And that's why I am trying to raise everybody's understanding. And I do want to say this. If you have a question, please comment below and let me know what exactly is your question. Number 10, 7 in 10 pre-retirees. Pre-retirees, that's people before they're getting ready to retire, say they are not well prepared for their retirement. 7 in 10, that's 70%, 70% of people are not prepared. Like I said in yesterday's video, I said this. You know, you change one thing about your finances, and you consistently stay with that, and then you build upon another, you learn more and more, and then it has a compounding effect. But those small little changes can have huge benefits to you. If you want personalized information and questions answered, go to my website, www.michellemorar.com. Otherwise, leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this information, if it helped you at all, please let me know. I would really appreciate it. Give me a big thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoyed the information. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me when you do subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I hope you've watched a couple of other of my videos. Anyhow, I'll see you next time.